Hi, I'm Jim Makowitz. I'm one of the owners of Wild Birds Unlimited in Toronto. And I want to talk to you about Oriole Feeders today. And the reason we want to start talking about Oriole Feeders is there's been some exciting news. On April 15th, the first Baltimore Oriole was seen in Ontario, just outside of Brockville. So that guy may have come right past us and we missed out because we didn't have our feeders out and ready. So let's start getting those feeders out. So what do we want to feed an Oriole? Well, we want to feed them nectar. So it's really cool because it's just like feeding a hummingbird. It's the same food, it's the same nectar ratio, 4:1. So 4 parts water to 1 part white table sugar. And you can use just plain white table sugar, the same stuff you're putting in your coffee. We're not talking brown sugar, we're not talking molasses or honeys, just plain white table sugar. And again, the ratio 4:1, whatever combination you want to use it. You can also get from us our nectar, which is just fine grind white table sugar. Very convenient because white table sugar, often you're going to have to boil it first to get it dissolved properly. This can go in just tap water and will dissolve very quickly on its own. What type of feeder do we want to use? We want to use a Oriole feeder. So this is our Wild Birds Unlimited Oriole feeder. And it's really cool because it gives you lots of options. Orioles are kind of neat because it's not just nectar they're going to drink, but they're going to eat other types of foods. So one thing they like is oranges. So one of the first things you can do right now is put out an orange for an Oriole. Just cut an orange in half. You can just place it in your yard just to test and see, is there one in the area? But from there, you want to be prepared because if one does show up, it's going to eat your orange. And how you can tell? They'll come to that orange and they'll actually pick at it, and you'll see where it's been picked out. If it's been scooped out, it's on the ground and destroyed, well, that's probably been a squirrel or a raccoon. So there's a real big difference in how they eat it. But once they start eating the oranges, you want to get the next thing out. You want to get nectar out. And this is a great nectar feeder because, again, it's very simple to use. That's it. You just take the top off. You can fill it. There's where your nectar goes in here. You've got the built-in ant well there. So again, ants love nectar. So you want some way to stop them from getting in. So you want to put just water in there to help prevent that. Of course, the other issue you can get with a nectar-style feeder, not this time of year so much, but later on, is wasps, because they like to come into these holes and put their proboscis in and go after the nectar. What we also provide with this feeder is we call nectar guard tips. That's these little plastic, little rubbery things, and they just go on here, and that helps cut it off so they can't see it as well, or sorry, they can't get into the nectar with their proboscis. So that works really well. So that's very useful. The other thing, these are plastic feeders, very durable, but they are made from plastic. So what you want to make sure is when you clean them, you're just using water. No soap, you just want to use it. The worst case, you might use vinegar, but if you follow along with our handy dandy change guideline, this will actually help you understand when to change it to avoid it getting too dirty, so simple water rinsing should be more than sufficient. So the Orioles, the next great thing, and probably what seals the deal for a lot of people when they start doing Oriole feeding, is the Orioles come, they've eaten their orange, they've got the nectar out, but they're not quite as attentive as you want. The next thing you want to do, and this seals the deal, birdberry jelly. So this is a specially made food for Orioles. So one time before this was available, go to the grocery store, buy Concord grape jelly. It worked, but we started to learn that, hey, they like blackberries, they like grapes. Why not combine the two into a favorite? So a company tried it. We actually had, when it first came out, customers try it, compare the two. And everybody came back. 9 out of 10 customers said, my Orioles prefer birdberry jelly. So this is a great thing. So how does that all go together on one feeder? Because now you've got the 3 big things for the Orioles on one feeder. It looks kind of like this. It's kind of hard to see it, but that's what you're going to do. So what you see is how you've got your orange here in the middle, you've got your grape jelly in the pockets, and you've got the nectar. Now, the next step, and as the weather gets warmer, you do have to add the extra feeder for this now, live mealworms. Orioles love live mealworms. So that's the next thing you want to go to. And we do sell live mealworms here at the store, but you have to phone in only. They're not available online. Well, let's get those Oriole feeders ready because they are here and more are coming. Thanks for your time and have a great day.